Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to your monthly reading for July 2023. This is for Scorpio, Sun and Rising. And if you're new to my channel, I do a traditional cultic cross spread. I also use astrology and my guides to help bring a lot more clarity, to get more specific and detailed with your reading, Scorpio. I do this because I love you. I want you to feel like it's a personal reading, as if we're here one-on-one rather than a general spread. Lastly, I use astrology because it brings a lot more depth to your readings. Now, Scorpio, if you saw my last reading, you know that I said July is a very different month from June, okay? July is freaking exciting. It's amazing. It's one of my favorite months of the year. It's all about opportunities. It's all about fun. It's all about family, success, wealth. It's radical is what it is. You know, this is a radical month, and it's a month of empowerment. Now, I especially love this month for you. All right. And I'm going to tell you the reasons why. You're going to get really excited about July and your life is going to change. All right. I'm just going to put it out there right now. I know if you're a subscriber, you know, I tried to, I like to avoid using that term because it's so dramatic. Your life is going to change. You probably already feeling it too. All right. So the reasons why this is such a great month. First things first is that if you saw the reading that I did about 2 weeks ago, Jupiter sextile in Saturn, that was huge. Okay, it's correlating to the great conjunction that we had back in December 21st, 2020. Okay, Jupiter and Saturn meet every 20 years, and so they're so close right now. They're like buddy up in the sky. They're giving each other a fist bump. Saturn's in a good mood. This is really great. You know what it's doing? It's bringing that inner wisdom and, you know, that deep knowledge in terms of like you like knowing what you want on your path to enlightenment, bringing that confidence, bringing growth, fertility, and it's just magical. Now, the analogy I've been making, if you're a cross watcher, you've heard me say this. Think about that movie Dirty Dancing. Okay, remember Jennifer Grey on the stage at the end, and then Patrick Swayze comes swooping in, right? Jennifer Grey's Jupiter, Patrick Swayze Saturn, okay? She couldn't have done that dance without him, right? And they nailed it. And it was magic, and it was memorable, and it was so glorious. So that's what's really happening now. I want you to picture them doing this underwater in like the kingdom of Atlantis, because Saturn is in Pisces, okay? And Saturn is being hosted in Pisces. And you know, I've been saying Saturn is so much nicer in Pisces, and that's really great for you too, because you know you're a fellow water sign. All right, so Saturn was really hard in Aquarius, really hard in Capricorn since 2018. Things could have been like a little right. It's you know, because they were co-rulers of or Saturn is co-ruler for the both Saturn and Capricorn and Aquarius, but it's in Pisces now. It's a lot more fluid. And then Jupiter and Taurus, right? And Saturn and Pisces, earth and water, very harmonious. And Jupiter and Saturn conjuncting is a big deal. It's a big deal. Just wait until January 2024 when they're 2 degrees away from each other. I mean, this is really amazing. So this is going to be an exciting month. Now, the reason why it's going to be an exciting month for you, particularly, there's actually so many reasons. I'm going to start with the first one. We know Jupiter in Taurus is in your 7th house of partnerships, okay? Remember, Jupiter is a planet of good luck, good fortune, prosperity, expansion, belief, all of that, all right? And so that's in your 7th house, a partnership. So work or love, romance. So y'all are already feeling it, okay? And if you're not, it's, hey, we're just at the brink of it, because remember, Jupiter moved into Taurus just a month ago. Well, it's July, 2 months now, and it's there for an entire year until May 2024. Now, the other thing, Saturn in Pisces is in your 5th house of pleasure, of love, of romance, of sex, of everything that, you know, the 5th house represents, okay? Creativity, self-expression, procreation. You do the math. You have great placements right now, okay? You have great placements. And I know that, listen, last year was kind of rough for Scorpios, all right? With, you know, there's eclipses that were in your sign, and then a lot of things are happening. But things are just improving so much for y'all. And, you know, I do read all your comments, and I'm very excited for y'all. With, you know, a lot of y'all have been getting new jobs and getting married and getting in these relationships and having a baby. So I'm very excited for Scorpios, and I love the placements for what's happening for Scorpios. And Scorpio risings will feel a lot of this, a lot of the placements that I'm going to announce throughout this reading a lot more, but every Scorpio is going to feel it. Now, the other thing, okay, sure, this is a radical month. There's magic in the air. The other thing that's happening, and this is, if you're into astrology, you know that I'd be remiss not to mention this. Venus is going retrograde. All right. Now, Venus going retrograde, very different from Mercury going retrograde. Okay. It's still a retrograde, but Venus matters of the heart. Okay. Not communication, right? Not communication. This is matters of the heart. Okay. So your passions, values. Okay. So it's reassessing, rethinking, reevaluating your values. What matters to you here? Okay. So love, money. Okay, think of everything Venus represents. Venus is in Leo, by the way, okay? And Leo is a native ruler of the 5th house. So this is pretty special for you, all right? Venus retrograde, a lot of people think it's like any retrograde is bad. They're not. They're not. This is a good one, okay? Because this gives you that time to reassess your relationships, your partnerships, all right? It's also a very interesting aspect because Venus, right? Love, romance. A lot of people from your past could be coming back. Okay, and so this is very interesting when Venus goes retrograde, and this can be for love or career, and especially because Venus in Leo is in your 10th house of career. All right, so I remember, so Venus retrogrades every 18 months, right? But the last time Venus retrograded in Leo was I think it was 2015, 8 years. And so I personally, one of my former bosses reached out to me to come work for her again. And so things like that happen. But for y'all, it's really going to be, career, but for a lot of y'all, it's going to be relationships too. And when I say people from the past, we're talking like old flames, like exes, even people like that, like soulmates, okay? People that you, maybe someone that you met on a trip, when you were backpacking and Barcelona, you met someone, y'all fell in love, and you had to come back home and whatever. They could come back in some. Do you know what I mean? Like, these things happen during Venus retrogrades. Now, what makes this even special is that we know that Pluto's retrograde, Saturn is retrograde, and Neptune is retrograde. Saturn and Neptune both retrograde in Pisces, by the way. And so with Venus going retrograde on the July 22nd, that's almost half the solar system retrograde. And so while retrogrades kind of slow things down, so it'll be kind of like that hot, slow, simmering, cool July, right? Well, maybe not cool, but hot. It's still, what it's doing, it's lifting this veil for you to see a lot more clearly and rethinking your path forward, reassessing everything. So the other thing is, there's going to be, sure, a lot of breakups this month. There's going to be a lot of y'all leaving jobs for new ones. There's going to be a lot of y'all, when I say this is a life-changing month, this is a life-changing month. A lot of y'all are probably already feeling it too, because Venus did go into shadow on June 19th. Now, I didn't bring that up in my other readings because I know I'd throw so many astrological aspects at y'all, but I do leave all the key astrological dates too, like the ones in the description box if you are new to my channel, just to see what's happening every day for the month. July is chock full of amazing aspects. All right, amazing aspects. I absolutely love this month for you. I love this month for you, Scorpio. So with all these retrogrades, it really is a time first with Venus retrograde in Leo, honestly, like, the spotlight's on you, okay? This is all about you, Scorpio. This month is all about you, what you want, what your heart wants, okay? Your calling. This is it. This is it. Matters of the heart. I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. So it's really, again, when I say rethinking your path forward, it's rethinking your path forward. You are going to possibly ask yourself at some point this month, what do I need to change in my life? What are some things that I want to change? What are the things that are going to bring me true, like, happiness and joy, and get me further to my goals and that finish line and my path to enlightenment? You're going to have these questions. These retrogrades are going to make you do, especially Venus retrograde, okay? Matters of the heart, matters of the heart. So you are going to feel it a lot, Scorpio, especially with the place for you particularly, okay? Whether you are Scorpio, whether you are Scorpio rising, you are definitely just looking at what's going on for you. You are definitely going to feel it a lot, okay? A lot of y'all are actually going to wonder, well, you're going to ask yourself, how do I want to be seen? How do I want to be seen? How do I want to see myself? Okay, it's going to be a big thing for you this month. All right, it's going to be a big thing, and physically as well. Okay, we're talking Venus here. Venus, a planet of beauty. So even physically, you may be like, how, like, do I want to work out more? Do I want to try Pilates? Do I want to try a different diet? Like physically, do I want to get like, what is it? Botox or teeth whitener? Oh, do you know what I mean? Like this is the thing, right? I'm going to talk about this later, but during Venus retrograde, do it all in the beginning of the. Don't do it during Venus retrograde. Don't make any dramatic changes physically, because those are you never want to do that during Venus retrograde. Even like haircuts. So that's why I got my summer cut just now. You can tell it's all like cut off. But here's the other thing that is just it's just so mind blowing, and you're gonna love it. And this is why this is a life changing month. Not only is all that happening, the lunar nodes are changing. Now, this is a big thing. The lunar nodes, the north node, okay, is moving into Aries, south node moving into Libra. This is absolutely huge, okay? This is also the north node, like we're talking destiny here. We're talking life purpose. So your destiny is changing, okay? This is absolutely like and that's happening mid-month, all right? So remember, Venus is going retrograde July 22nd, and then July 17th, 18th is when the nodes change. So you're gonna feel a lot of it mid-month. All right, so this is absolutely like a really big month. This is a month of change, okay? When I say life changing, you're going to feel change, okay? Change is the only constant in this world. Greek philosopher Heraclitus, and it is so true, and it's just people change. We change. We grow older every day. Our cells change, right? Change is the only constant, right? Think about leaves falling off trees during this season, icicles melting. I mean, things change all the time. And I always make that reference, think about like a ma pa shop, okay? And they're just like, we never change. We've had the same, everything for 60 years. It's actually not true, because, there may be like a cucumber shortage and they have to like readjust the menu, or their star waitress decides she wants to move to Hollywood and become like the next Jennifer Lawrence. So they have to bring in a different waiter. Like there's always changes. There's always changes, okay? But this is a big month of change. Huge month of change. So when I say this is radical, it's radical. And all essence of the word. And then, just think about the this is actually really funny. If you think about the etymological root of the word radical, it's root. Isn't that crazy? I love that. And this is the month. So when you think about the 14th century, when tarot did come out, the word actually evolved into it evolved to be like more figuratively like fundamental, right? Like changing, like taking action for or to change the fundamental nature of something, right? That's the literal definition, but it really is all about independence, freedom, really departing from like tradition at this point, okay? From things that you are going to change, okay? This is the month where you're going to change for the better. These aspects are amazing. This is absolutely amazing. Your life is getting like a huge boost, okay? So Scorpio, with that said, let's go ahead and get started with your reading. See what's going on for you for July 2023. This is for Scorpio Sun and Rising. And if you are new to my channel, I always say, if you want to read for your moon, your Venus, if you know your birth chart, you are absolutely welcome to. If you want more clarity, and if you are, and I do leave all the key astrological dates. The last thing I have to say, after I do your spread, remember to stick around, because I pull more cards. I break it down week by week, and I do this in addition to the weekly readings that I do for y'all. July, again, very exciting month. A lot happening in July, okay? A lot happening in July. So, Scorpio, let's go ahead and get started. Let's see what's going on for you for July 2023. Let me make sure that that's off. Okay, great. So, Scorpio, like I said earlier, I do a traditional Celtic cross spread. It really does. I know, I just made a really weird trying to get comfortable with my chair sound. It really does give the best overview. If we need to pull clarifiers, we will pull clarifiers. Secondly, Scorpio, you're amazing. Thanks so much for being here. Hey, we're in July. We're in July. I think I try to anyway, it's hot out there. I'm not gonna lie. It's if you're here here in Brooklyn for sure, but I know the weather is different all over the world. But July is such a fun month, and you are going to have an amazing month. You're going to have an amazing month. I love what's happening here. You know what's really funny? Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's get to it. You know what? Let's just get to it. You're good. Scorpio, you're good. July, you're good. Your world is changing, okay? It's changing. Some of y'all, I already know that it's changing for a lot of y'all. Let's get started. You got the Nine of Swords in your past. So, you don't have to worry anymore, okay? You don't have to worry. You don't have to stress. You don't have to listen. Especially, actually, you know, when I think about your last reading too, we had that Mars-Uranus square that could have really affected you. And but hey, you got through it. There was, you know, you're good. You had this moment. It was like resurrection, right? This moment of clarity. This, you know, awakening. All right. But with the Nine of Swords showing up, you can see. I always say, you have free will. Everyone was gifted free will. You can choose to sit in this bed and stress and worry and fear and doubt. Okay, with all these swords stacked over his head, that's a lot of swords. All right, swords, the mental suit, right? And it's like almost, so there's a lot of things going on through your head where you are stressing and you're losing sleep because of it, right? And so when I say everyone has free will, look at the comforter here. Look at the roses. Look at the beautiful astrological symbols. I mean, there's so much comfort in this comforter, and I'm probably sure that's where the word comforter came from, is comfort. In any case, you can choose to sit in this bed and have a lot of comfort, just like not doing anything, or you can get out of bed and move forward and conquer this and take all the swords out one by one. Okay, I think that you did. This is saying that you've had a lot in your head. There's been a lot going on for you, and June was one of those months. It was like plant seeds, plant seeds, plant seeds. This is happening. There's a lot happening. This is, you know, with all the retrogrades, it's more like seeds are planted, things are happening, the curtains being pulled. Now I see, and now I know what I want, and I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna make all these changes. I love that about you. So if you're still feeling stressed and worried about things that are happening in your life, whether it's relationships, whether it's partnerships, whether it's your career, whether it's family, whether it's just stuff that brings you a lot of pleasure, don't worry about it. You're good. Don't worry about it. You're good, okay? I want you to ask yourself, Scorpio, when was the last time stressing and worrying did anything for you? Talk to me. Scorpio, talk to me. Tell me, the last time, when you were stressed out, when you were worrying, did that solve anything? No. You got out of bed, you took care of it, okay? You took care of it, right? Like John Wick. Anyway. And I'm only making that reference because I saw that movie with my dad. I was like, what is this? So listen, Six of Cups. Hey, heart of your spread. I love this. You're good. So if you're a subscriber, you know this is one of my favorite cards. This is a card of sharing. This is a card of kindness. This is a card of generosity, gratitude, all of that. This is absolutely beautiful. It's in the heart of your spread. Remember, this is a monthly reading, okay? Not a weekly reading. This is for the month, okay? This is the biggest house in tarot, Scorpio. It's the biggest house in tarot, indicating comfort, security, protection. You can let your guard down. You don't have to worry anymore. Okay? You don't have to worry. What I love about this card, you know, when I say the sharing, look at him sharing the cup. But also, here's the other thing. You see those 4 cups at the bottom, really referencing the 4 of cups. You know, the one with when the young man has arms crossed, right? This is like showing that you've gone past that. You have that gratitude. Okay? You will for this month. Okay? You even see the larger cup here, referencing the Ace of Cups, right? All your senses fulfilled. Like, you're fine. You're good. You're absolutely good this month. All right. So put hold on to that energy. All right. Hold on to that energy. It's really wonderful. It's really just beautiful. I'm going to point something out here. You see that little man in the corner walking away? So that's a guard. He's leaving. They don't need him anymore. You can let your guard down this month. All right. Enjoy July and what it's going to bring. But don't go overboard because you got the Empress in your challenge area. Now, what's really interesting is that there is something, well, two things coming up here. When the Empress, which is ruled by Venus, by the way, we're talking Aphrodite, this is a goddess here, ruled by Venus, this is all about abundance, living life through pleasure and luxuries and whatnot. When it's in your challenge area, when Venus is retrograde, here's one of the things that you don't do when Venus is retrograde is overindulge. How great is that's your only challenge, is like, don't overindulge. So hey, listen, don't get all like Willy Wonka jumping in the chocolate river this month. All right, you can dip your feet in it, but just, like, don't like, right? That really is what it's saying. Don't overindulge in things that bring you pleasure. Okay, just like keep it cool. Scorpios, y'all are cool. All right. The second thing that's coming up, looking at your entire spread here, is there could honestly be someone in your life that is could be a little like come to the dark side, trying to like seduce you to like do things that you probably should be doing, if that makes sense. And again, this is going to happen for a lot of Scorpios, okay? Because Venus is retrograde. Remember what I said, a lot of people from the past come back, and they could be like people that maybe you're in a relationship now and everything's going good, and an old flames comes back into the picture and they're like, hey, I missed you, like wink wink, right? You've got to make that decision, but you got to go with what your heart, remember, this is a month of your heart, what heart matters. So that's going to be for some Scorpios, but the bigger energy that I'm getting is just more like, don't overindulge, don't overdo it, like just enjoy this month. It's a great month, but don't like don't like, if you're gonna get a bag of Tootsie Rolls, don't eat the whole thing, okay? If you're gonna watch, if you're gonna binge watch I don't know, Breaking Bad or whatever, or Outlander, don't like binge 5 days straight. Just don't overindulge. You got the Chariot. So you got the Chariot in your crown. I absolutely love this. This is so mind-blowing. This is so crazy. The Chariot has been coming up, not only last week's reading, I feel like the Chariot came up in like 8 readings, but this month as well, the Chariot has come up in over, I'd say like 6 or 7 times. Isn't that crazy? In different placements though, yours came up in your crown, so it is showing that you are ready. Boom, you are ready to charge forward. You've been learning a lot. You've been growing a lot. That's why I like the fact that you have the Nine of Swords in your past, okay? You're learning from this. You're learning like from anything that has caused you a little bit of stress, a little bit of anxiety. You're learning, using that to empower yourself to say, okay, this isn't even worth like me stressing over or whatnot. This, like, I'm good. And moving forward. In fact, the Chariot he's plowing forward. Okay, now you can see that he's 7/7/2023 is the year of 7. Okay, let's not forget July is 7. All right, so very significant here. I absolutely love this for you. And 7 is introspection. He's found the self-determination, willpower to move forward from any challenges, from any obstacles. All right. Now, this is also mastering all those dualities in your life. If you have like, things that are going on, like, because you do see the 2 sphinxes here. And what I love about this is because Scorpio, like, you rule the 8th house, and it is, like the mystery, right? Secrets and whatnot. And these sphinxes are so mysterious, and they're going polar opposites. It doesn't matter, because even though there's no rains, there are no rains here. You see that, right? He's controlling them with his mind. It's your mind. It's your mindset, especially when it comes up in your crown, right? Isn't that amazing? And so it doesn't even matter which direction they go. You're in charge. You're good. You're absolutely good. You're moving forward. You're plowing forward. It's like you're ready to rock and roll. You're ready to rock and roll. And then here, look at this. You get the High Priestess in the root of your spread. Oh, let me put that closer. You see that? And so whether you want to see it as like conscious, subconscious, it's this dualities, and you're mastering it, and that's all that matters. And the high priestess coming up in the root of your spread, she is the most like mystical, right? She is the guardian of the subconscious. She comes out when she says, hey Scorpio, you're doing great, because she's come up in the root of your spread saying trust your instincts, go within your intuition. That's where all that like deep sacred knowledge is. That's, it's inside you. You can even see, not only can you see the tree of life behind her, right? You see the book of law, the Torah, in her lap. It's half veiled. So you have to go beyond the physical realm at this point to really have that knowledge as you move forward through your journey. All right. But this is saying that, looking at what's happening here, that you will. It's like you have, especially with the cups, right? The 6 of Cups in the heart of your spread. 6 is the heart of the tree of life, and cups are emotions, it's feelings, it's intuition, and then this is highly intuitive, right? And so I look at what's happening here: introspection, all that like love, and then intuition, going within. You are. Scorpio, this is a great month for you. This is a great month for you. This is absolutely amazing. I absolutely love this. You also see that in your future, you got the Queen of Pentacles. So you are fine. You are good. July is going to be great. Queen of Pentacles, by the way, Scorpio, listen, this is huge, first of all, because what's happening is Pluto has gone back into Capricorn, retrograde back into Capricorn, and Queen of Pentacles is Capricorn. And this rules, for Scorpio, your 3rd house of communication, of siblings, aunts, cousins, even neighbors. There could be some stuff like with that, but and even short distance travel. There could be some travel coming up for some of y'all. But at the end of the day, Queen of Pentacles, who is Capricorn, by the way, which I think I just said that, but you can see the sea goat in the throne there, the symbol of the Capricorn. This is someone she's the richest queen. She's the richest queen in tarot. And so she's also very maternal. She's the type of queen who likes to take care of everybody in her kingdom, in her empire, in her family, and herself with the resources that she has. She has the resources, okay? You're going to be fine. You're going to be able to take care of everyone. You're going to have this abundance. You're going to have all this abundance, okay? It's really like there's a sense of selflessness in your reading here, with the 6 of Cups and the heart of your spread, and now Queen of Pentacles in your future. This is absolutely amazing. You even see her hands, and every tiny detail in tarot is like really important. But do you see her hands like under the pentacle? All right, so it's like giving. Like you're great. You're absolutely great. I love this. I'm also going to point something out. I always like to say this card does remind me of a fairy tale. It looks like it's been torn out of the pages of a fairy tale. Now, you even see the little bunny rabbit here, hidden, right? Representing like growth and fertility and whatnot. But what is a fairy tale? A fairy tale is world building. That's what this card is. Building the world that you want, having the resources to build the world, the perfect world for yourself. Okay? You're good. You're good. You're coming into abundance. Like you're absolutely good. So Scorpio, let's get to your stuff. Scorpio, if you like this reading, it would be so great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. I love hearing from y'all. If you are a subscriber, thanks so much for being here. Y'all are amazing. Y'all really make my day. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. So I am truly grateful, and I do appreciate it. So thank you so much. And you are good. Oh, wow. You got temperance in your final outcome last week, didn't you? I love that. So remember how I kept telling you, just enjoy the moment here. Just enjoy July. Enjoy everything it has to offer, all the opportunities that it has, all the great aspects that are happening in July. There you go. Okay? And just enjoy it. Just enjoy it. This is really absolutely amazing because... first things first, temperance is ruled by Sagittarius, okay? Sagittarius, for you, Scorpio, that's your 2nd house, okay? Of money, finances. You see it coming in your future. Secondly, it is self-worth and self-value. And that's what, remember, all these retrogrades are doing. It's all about you. The spotlight's on you. What do you want? What are the changes you want to make that's going to, bring you closer to your path to enlightenment? What it's like, that balance energy too as well. It's like, the temperance literally means self-restraint, by the way. And so this is just saying, like, enjoy the moment. Enjoy the moment. Okay, Scorpio? This is going to be a month where I just want you to just be cool and enjoy the moment and laugh and put on your Ray-Bans and hang out with friends or go to your garden and plant stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is like a really great month because you do see that path here and you do see that crown. I pointed this out last time. It's a sun in the form of a crown, and so that path, listen, it takes a while to get to to that moment, but enjoy the moment, okay? Don't try to force it. Don't try to take shortcuts. You're gonna get there, all right? Just be aware of the present. That's what enlightenment is, okay? It's the now. So just enjoy the ride. Enjoy July because you're getting everything you want. You're getting to build the world that you want. You'll have the resources to build the world that you want. I mean, you're absolutely amazing here. I love this for you. And then there you go. You got the 3 of wands. And so this is true like destiny, isn't it? Because you did get the 3 of wands in your last reading as well. I think you got it in your crown. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you got it in your crown. So if it was, you now have it in your external factors area. So it's like moving from the last week of June to the month of July, the change that you wanted is now happening. Isn't that crazy? Because this card is all about change. This card is, it's all about change. And remember what I said, North Node moving into Aries. That's like courage. It's like going after like your destiny, your dreams, your life purpose. This card is Sun in Aries. Isn't that great? And it's 3 all about creation, new things. This is a card of change. This is a card who, look at him standing at the edge of his village. All he wants to do is go explore. All he wants to do is go see what's out there, meet people, mingle, change, find change, discover himself. Okay, this is absolutely amazing. Coming with the Queen of Pentacles, I love this for you. And then here you go. You got the 8 of Pentacles. And so there you go. It's like nothing can stop you now. Okay, nothing can stop you now, and that's all you want. All you want is to, I talked about this path here, right, to the golden sun or the crowned sun. You are gonna make it, okay, because that's all you want. And if you put all your heart, energy, blood, sweat, tears toward your goals, your passions, the things that make you happy, the things that are the finish line, right? Your legacy. You're gonna get there. You have the Queen of Pentacles with the 3 of Wands. Okay, so the hardest working person in tarot. All right, the hardest working person. And I'm going to point something out too. You see that he's sitting on a wooden bench. The seats are very significant in tarot. This just means that it's temporary. So all this hard work, you going after your goals and toward your legacy and what matters to you, right? It's temporary. You're gonna get there, and fast. You got the Knight of Swords. I mean, talk about Uhtred, son of Uhtred, coming up in your final outcome, right? This is amazing. What I love about this actually is that this Knight of Swords, he's Gemini. Okay, he's Gemini. Knights are mutable, swords are air, and so Gemini for you, Scorpio, that is your 8th house. Isn't that crazy? And so that is, you are the native ruler of the 8th house. Death and rebirth, transformation. You even see the butterflies all over his, what do you call it? Armor, right? I mean, there you go. There you go. Bold, courageous, going into the storm. I mean, when I say nothing can stop you now, nothing can stop you now. And then remember what I said. But especially look out for what happens on July 3rd, okay? That's when we have that full moon in Capricorn, all right? Because remember what I said, that's in your 3rd house, okay? Gemini is the native ruler of the 3rd house. So there's something could happen around that time where your mind is just like going a million miles a minute. You have this moment of clarity, and there could be some activity around like siblings, neighbors, your neighborhood, or even like travel. Okay, a lot of travel with this card. This night is super active, by the way, but just really charging forward, especially mentally. Okay, remember the swords of the mental suit. But you, Scorpio, you have an amazing spread. You have an absolutely amazing spread. Okay, I love this for you. This is one of those spreads as well where you got three major arcanas, four, one in your challenge area, but it's one of those spreads where it's like it's proof that you don't always need you can have an amazing spread without major arcanas, but you did get some significant ones here. You got Temperance, the High Priestess, and the Chariot. Okay, so I absolutely love this. This is and the Chariot is interesting because the Chariot is ruled by Cancer. But and we are in Cancer season for the first 2 weeks of July. And speaking of the first 2 weeks of July, let's get to it. So as I promised, I break it down week by week. Let's see what's going on for you every week this month. Now, first week of July. First, you know that we kicked it off with that Mercury Kazemi even before July starts, and all those trines. Like, we're moving into July like happy campers. Okay, speaking of happy campers, happy Canada Day for those Canadian subscribers, because I'm reading now. I wrote Happy Canada Day on July 1st. The sun is sextiling Jupiter. What an amazing day. What an outstanding day. The sun sextiling Jupiter. This is absolutely amazing. On that day, actually, Venus is basically conjuncting Mars, like 3 degrees. You'll see it in the sky if you're a night sky watcher or whatever. It's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be gorgeous. That same day, Mercury is sextiling Jupiter. You could hear amazing news. Mercury, communication, messages. Jupiter, luck, good fortune. I mean, like, this is an outstanding day already. We're kicking off July with one of the best weeks because we also have on the 2nd Venus squaring Uranus, and that's a great example of where a square is actually really good. This is when you may have this moment of clarity where you're questioning partnerships, relationships. And when I say questioning, is it like, it's not always bad. It's like, okay, now, is it time to propose now? Do you know what I mean? Or, is it time to ask for a raise now? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like ascending as well. So, hey, this is really great. And then we have that full moon in Capricorn on the 3rd. This is really interesting. Think about what happened for you back in January when we had that new moon in Capricorn. All right, so anything that you planted around that, you could see like things pay off around this time. Things come to conclusion around this time. I absolutely love this full moon in Capricorn because Saturn is the ruler of Capricorn. Okay, and remember what I said. Saturn is, he's on his best behavior. He's in a good mood. He just, he saw the movie Belfast and he's like, I'm gonna be really nice all month. He's like it's like that feel good feeling all month. I love that. And so there you go. So that's what's happening. Happy July 4th. 4th of July for those in the US on July 4th. Remember, there's no aspects, but remember, Saturn and Jupiter are still like, fist bumping in the sky, like they're hugging. Like, this is a great day. And then on the 6th, Mercury sextiling Uranus. Another day where you can just get random exciting news. Remember, Uranus is a planet of surprises, unpredictability. Like Mercury, the messenger. You could just get exciting news this day. And then on the 9th, Mercury trining Neptune. I mean, hello. This is absolutely, I love this week. All right, so because of the full moon in Capricorn and because it's a big one, I'm going to do 3 cards for this one, okay, for this week. So let's see what's going on for you, Scorpio, for the first week of July. Oh, gosh. Oh, goodness. Look at this. Okay, you're good. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. You are so good. So you got the Ace of Cups. You got the 4 of Pentacles, and then you got the 2 of Pentacles. Hello. Hi, Scorpio. Hello. So, this is huge. Ace of Cups. We all, we call this a heart of tarot. You see the 5. Remember, You got the Six of Cups in the heart of your spread. Don't forget that. Remember, there you go. You got the Ace of Cups. You got the Ace of Cups. Think of the last time something brought you so much joy, it brought you to tears. Okay? Whether it was you were proposed to, whether it was, you got your dream job, maybe you got a puppy, whatever it is, something that brought you so much joy. You're having another moment like that the first week of July. Okay? All 5 streams here, representing all 5 senses, overflowing. This is rapturous. This is nirvanic. This is elation to a whole other level. Euphoric. Okay, this is absolutely amazing. Now you also see that you've got the 4 of Pentacles. Okay, 4 is all about order. So this is putting your finances in order. Okay, a lot of y'all, it's going to resonate with especially with that full moon in Capricorn. It could have to do with family money. Sure, it could be something with like family. All right, siblings or whatnot, or even like your own home too. There's a message coming through, and actually, when you think about it, there could be something where you just have to put money in order. You're going to want to put structure. Remember, 4, when I say it's all about order, it's all about order for stability. Think about 4 legs of a table. Think about 4 wheels of a car. Okay, if it's easier, smash the word for and order together. Forder. All right, and then now the 2 of Pentacles. It looks like you may have to. It's so funny. There's maybe a decision that you may have to make this week as well. There's something new coming in. So it looks like there may be, for some Scorpios, like maybe a new job, maybe a new client if you are an entrepreneur. Maybe the possibilities are unlimited. But this is really great because there's a lot of imbalance in this card. But following the Ace of Cups and the 4 of Pentacles here, you got 2 Pentacle cards, like money and wealth. Remember, you have the Queen of Pentacles in your future. Okay. And so this is really great. Pentacles, by the way, it's not only money and wealth, it's like earthbound, okay? So it's your physical reality. So there is possibly something where there's, again, like I said, there's like a lot of imbalance in this card, and there's probably a lot that you're taking on, but it's almost like you have this clarity now, and something new's coming in, so you can drop something, like a boulder off your shoulder, like you can let something go. All right, but you have to decide for you what it is. So keep that in mind. Now, the second week of July. Now, this is a big week. Okay, Mars is entering Virgo. Yeah. That's wow. It's finally leaving Leo. Isn't that crazy? It's Mercury, but Mercury is moving into Leo. So. This is actually an interesting, it's almost like you're going to be a lot more straightforward when you communicate. You're going to be like speaking from the heart, but like with passion, with confidence. It's and just being just like Mars and Virgo is just goal oriented, right? Remember, just think like perfectionist like energy too. Like, I really want this and I'm gonna get it, right? Working hard, right? Working hard for your money. And then happy Bastille Day, France, for the 14th. And then the Sun sextile Uranus on that day. Amazing. Again, another day where you could just get this fun, sweet surprise that happens that day. So we're obviously going to talk more about these aspects in my weekly readings, but let's see what's going on for you for the second week of July. Oh gosh, Page of Swords, look at you. Oh my goodness. All right, so we got Page of Swords and the Knight of Swords here. So yeah, there is definitely a big message coming through. It could be spiritually, like intuitively. Scorpios, y'all are very intuitive. Pay attention, all right? Pay attention, especially with Mercury is really active that week and moving into Leo. It's really interesting. Well, again, we'll talk more about that that when I do that weekly reading, but with the Sun sextile Uranus, that's actually really great. Surprising news could honestly could come through that time, because pages are the messengers as well. But it's also like there could be something that you're really gearing up to, like with enthusiasm, like with excitement. Okay, but again, I'm getting the message that a message is coming through, right? Because pages. I'm gonna show you something. Pages are the messengers, right? Swords. the air suit, communication, messages. Okay, and so, but he's also he's just so enthusiastic and ready to go and really spongy. So there could be something new entering your life around this time. Now, third week of a July. Ooh, yeah. Oh gosh, we have that new moon in Cancer. Okay, this is an interesting day. This is first of all, this is the biggest week of July. Okay, Scorpio, this is the biggest week of July, and so we have that new moon in Cancer. Pluto is going to oppose the sun that day. We'll talk about that, in the weekly. A little bit of a power struggle there, but this new moon in Cancer is in your 9th house. Spirituality, okay? Also, travel. Long distance travel, in fact. If you're working on a book, if you're, working on a book, a magazine writer, whatever it is, or you could probably, you could hear news around this time, or you could actually start thinking about writing a book. This is, again, this is a big new moon in Cancer. And then that's on the 17th. And then the North Node moves into Aries. South Node in Libra. Your destiny is changing. Your life direction is changing. It's really like think of Aries, right? Like taking charge, taking life by the horns. Really, really like remember, this is the month where you will be rethinking your path forward, okay? It's like you will. You'll feel it. You'll feel it in your bones. There will be a lot of things that happen that will make you think about it, all right? But that's good. It's really great. It's absolutely great. And I want you to know this is actually one of the most important days of the year. This is huge. This is huge. We're talking like Cardinal Grand Cross. Again, I'll talk more about this like in the weeklies, but really, really huge. Now, on the 20th, the sun is trining Neptune. Oh my goodness. This is such an amazing month. I mean, first of all, your imagination is going to be wild. If you're an artist in any format, like whether you're a comic book writer, drawer, illustrator, if you're an interior designer, if you're a graphic designer, if you're a writer, or if you're an artist, or whatever it is, your imagination is going to go wild. And even if you're not, like, hey, if you're just like, at home and you live in this comfortable place, like up in the mountains, like you could be thinking like, oh my goodness, I'm gonna like redo my whole place, and oh my goodness, now I think I want like a hot tub outside. You know what I mean? Like things like that. Like this is, oh gosh, amazing. And then the sun moves into Leo on the 22nd. We officially move into Leo season. That is the day that Venus goes retrograde, and I want you to know that's going to be retrograde until September 3rd. Okay, and so again, we're going to talk about this a lot more in the weekly readings, but this is when it's all about matters of the heart at this point. All about matters of the heart and what you want, okay? And again, remember, people from the past could be coming around. They may have, you may have started seeing it, okay? Whether they're coming up in your DMs, whether, they've been, you got the call like, oh, hey, Jolene, I haven't seen you in 10 years from high school. It turns out I'm in your city for work for 2 weeks. Do you know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff. So let's see what's going on for you, Scorpio, for the third week of July. Oh my gosh. Okay. Buckle your seatbelt. You got the tower. Hey, you got the tower. I think you... Did you? Yeah. No, you didn't. But even still, expect that the third week, okay? When I say your life is going to change, there's your affirmation. And here's the thing. I don't want you to think that here's the thing, okay? If you know tarot, this is the card of like chaos, destruction, like unexpected, life-changing moments that come out of nowhere, and it really shakes up your world, okay? Now, two things here. A lot of people fear this card. Never fear this card. Two reasons why. One, when you fear the Tower card, the Tower moment, you're already creating blockage for yourself. You're already creating that anxiety. Never fear it, okay? And the second reason why, the Tower moment, it doesn't happen to you, okay? It happens for you. It happens for you. So, you are going to have a Tower moment the third week of July. And energetically, I'm not even getting, it's almost like you want it, to be honest. Look at what's happening here. You have the Ace of Cups, the Four of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles, the Page of Swords, and now the Tower. So it's almost like, and then it really is like, when I say Venus is going retrograde is a big deal, it is a big deal. Some things are going to shake up, okay? But I wouldn't even worry about this. Just use it to your advantage, okay? Remember this. I'm going to show you something here. You see the 12 yards. We'll call them flashes, okay? You see the 12 flashes here, and then the 10 here, and then the lightning hitting the crown off the tower. I'm going to point something out. These 12 flashes represent the 12 constellations. These represent the 10 spheres in the tree of life. In the tree of life, there is the flashing sword, the flashing light, whatever you want to call it. This is fated. And we remember when I said the tower moment doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. Guess what comes after the tower? The star, the cards, the card of you, the stars aligning for you, your hopes, your wish, like faith, right? And so it's fated. It's saying that there is something where it's almost like, again, like you want this change, okay? And it's almost like you've conjured it, you've manifested it. I'm not even getting an energy. This is like a huge deal. So I would actually embrace it. This is amazing. It's really like, for some Scorpios who do feel like, because look at the rest of your spread. It just doesn't, you'll be fine. You have the High Priestess in the root of your spread, and then remember you have Temperance here. So the only thing that would happen is if you are overindulging in something, okay? If you are overindulging in something that may be a little, okay, listen, I'm going to just be straight up with you, Scorpio, all right? We're all adults here. So remember how I said Saturn is in Pisces in your 5th house of pleasure, which is, the 5th house of love, children, creativity. It's also sex, right? And then you are the native ruler of the 8th house, okay, of, death and rebirth. But there's another house of sex. So there's 2 houses that rule sex, okay? And the 5th house is more like fun sex, right? 8th house is more like long-term commitment, like partner, like, so it could just be, if you are, if this resonates for you, if you're here for that, just there could be a thing where it's like you're in a friends with benefit situation and now it's over. Do you know what I mean? Like, so the tower moment resonates. It will resonate with every Scorpio, but in a very different way. You just don't know, because, with Venus retrograde, again, it's just like, this is a big month. And that's the only reason I bring up that, sex reference is because Venus is a planet of sex, and it is retrograde, and it is a big thing that's happening this month. All right. So last week of July, this is amazing. Venus is conjuncting Mercury. This is huge. Okay, again, like messages coming through. Again, it could be very intuitively. You could just be getting it, like intuitive downloads. Like the clarity you have will be amazing. But Venus, again, matters of the heart, love, all of that. And Mercury, the messenger. I mean, this conjunction is, it's really good, but it's very important too. And so pay attention to this day on the 27th. Mercury actually goes into Virgo on the 28th, okay? So it's moving into his domicile. So this is a big thing because, we have Mars and Mercury in Virgo at this point, all right? So let's see what's going on for you, Scorpio, for the last week of July. All right, there we go. Yes. Do you see how this makes sense now? Walking away. Okay, so whatever happened, it's a wake-up call. It's like, it's putting you on this path to destiny, and then you have this moment of clarity. You see him walking away, moving forward from the cups. Nothing's wrong with the cups, okay? He knows something's better. He knows something's better for him, okay? He knows there's something better for him out there, and he's going toward it. That's what this month is. Remember, life-changing. There's even an eclipse happening in the background. Game-changing moment. So, Scorpio, this is a big month. Big jolly month, okay? You look at your spread. Remember, you have the 6 of of Cups in the heart of your spread. You have the Queen of Pentacles, you have the High Priestess, Temperance, Chariot, you have Knight of Swords, and your final outcome, you definitely are going to have change in your life. You're going to have a moment where it is something that you've really wanted, something new coming in. For a lot of y'all, it may be new relationships as well, is an energy that I'm getting. They're starting a new relationship or taking it to the next level. Again, that was coming up earlier, but it's coming through again now. But there's a decision that you may have to make. You're ready to move forward. There's going to be messages coming through. You're going to have a tower moment. It was the best thing for you. Okay, it was the best thing for you. And again, that tower moment, it's almost like you're going to laugh it off, if that makes sense. Like, I don't even like get the energy that it's like, but if it is for y'all, just know that it was meant for you. Okay, if you feel that it was a little bit harder, know that it was like meant for you. But again, Eight of Cups right after. Eight of Cups right after. And this is going to blow your mind. The Eight of Cups is ruled by Saturn in Pisces, which is, again, in your 5th house of pleasure. So, and the fact that you have the Empress in your challenger, like, don't overindulge. Isn't that funny? That's like your big, it's like your big thing this month. Like, the only challenge is to, like, don't overindulge. Like, it's not like you have a great month, okay? And I want you to enjoy it. So, Scorpio, that said, thanks so much for tuning in. If you like this reading, be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. And if you are a subscriber, thanks so much for being here. You know I love you. Thanks so much. I will see you next week. All right, bye-bye.